get started, you want to arrange your cords on the board. So I've got one colour at one side, one colour at the other, and then I've got two cords of the same colour in the centre. It doesn't really matter what colour this cord is, but I've decided to make it the same one as this one because I'll be knotting this one over this cord. So to get started, you want to do your first row. So take two of your cords at one side, and you want to take the cord that's on the outside, and you want to knot towards the centre the first time in a forward knot, and then away from the centre the second time in a backward knot. And then you want to take your other two cords, and you want to take the one that's on the outside, and you want to knot towards the centre in a backward knot, and then you want to switch and knot away from the centre in a forward knot. And for your second row, you're just going to knot the two cords in the centre. Now because they're the same colour for me, I can knot in any direction I want, but I'm going to be knotting forward and then backward. So whichever way you decide to do it, just do it consistently for every row, just so it'll look exactly the same. So for the third row, I'm just copying what I did for the first row, and I'm knotting towards the centre with a forward knot, and then away from the centre with a backward knot. And then taking the next two cords and knotting this one, so towards the centre is a backward knot, and then away from the centre as a forward knot. And then in the centre again, I'm going to do what I did the first time, and I'm going to do forward and then backward. And you want to repeat these two steps and two different rows all the way down until you've got the bracelet as long as you want it. So once you've got the bracelet as long as you want it, you just want to take your four tail ends and split them into three sections. So one tail end will have two cords in it. So I'm just going to put the same coloured cords in for this. And then you just want to braid the end to make a braided tie-on end. And you want to do this at both sides. And once you've got the braided end as long as you want it, you can just tie all your cords in a knot at the end to keep everything in place. And then you can trim and seal any excess. So I'm going to use a lighter to seal here, but you could use glue if you preferred. And once you've finished, you should end up with something that looks like this. So now you just want to try on your bracelet. And that is your 3-colour dot macrame bracelet.